Hello, I'm Vince from We Are Airstream here in Chandler, Arizona. Today I wanted to briefly go over this 2026 World Traveler, and we're very excited. This year it's brand new model, brand new trailer that Airstream's come out with. It's got a lot of flexibility. So we'll start with the outside. Up here you have a manual jack for lowering and raising the trailer. You have your 7-way pin. This would plug into your tow vehicle. This runs your trailer brakes, your trailer lights, and charges your batteries. Then you also have your brake away, emergency brake. So if this was to get disconnected from your tow vehicle, that would set off your trailer brakes. And then obviously you have the coupler lock here that goes over your trailer ball. On this side, we've also got your house batteries. These would be what you choose to put in, whether you want to put lithium or lead acid batteries for your trailer. You also have a full-size spare tire, and it's underneath the trailer, the front part of the trailer here. You have a pin you'd pull out with another pin, and that bar just drops down, and you just pull the tire out. And then on this side, you have Airstream provides a small hose to connect for propane. So if you wanted to use your propane tanks to supply gas to a barbecue or a little fire pit, you could use that. And then up here is where your propane tanks actually are. You can remove those by just turning this bar here. This comes out, and then this is really light. It just lifts out. Airstream does provide the 2 propane tanks. It's recommended that you have one tank turned off, one tank turned on when using it, and then you have a little regulator right here, and you just dial it to the propane tank that you're going to use. You don't want to have both of them on and put the regulator in the middle. That doesn't work. So just turn on the tank you want to use, and then when that tank runs out, turn it off, and then open the next tank. There is a regulator here that has green and red. If it's green, it will be your full, and as it starts to run out, it'll turn red. So that's how you'll know when you need to change that. And then up here, we obviously have the new type of window that's only specific to the World Traveler. Very nice, very easy to open and close. And you have on this side, as we come around, you have a placard here that talks about your tire pressure that's recommended by Airstream. We have a black tank flush. So when you flush your black and your gray, or your black tank, this is where you connect the black tank flush hose. Down here, you have your black handle, gray handle, which signifies a black tank and a gray tank. Remember, the black tank is just the toilet, and then the gray tank is everything else. So your sinks and your shower and whatnot. You also have a light under here. Whoops. Maybe not. Oh, right here. They've moved it a little bit. And you do have stabilizer jacks, and they're underneath the trailer. You've got a tool that you can use, and again, they're for just stabilizing the trailer. As we come around here, again on the driver's side of the trailer, you have your smart plug. This does come with your trailer. You just squeeze that and then just pull that out. And then to install it, you just plug that in, and then you plug into your 30 amp service. This is a 30 amp trailer, has one air conditioner, so you would use 30 amp service. You have freshwater fill here, which is locked. When you open that, you can put potable water for the trailer. That's where you'd fill it. This is just an exhaust for your Truma water heater system. This is for freshwater fill. So this is if you're staying in an RV park, you would hook up a potable water hose, turn the water on. It does have a built-in regulator as well. And then here you have an outside shower. And Airstream provides a shower hose with a sprayer. You just connect, you have hot and cold. And then as we move around to the back of the trailer, you have storage here. And in here, you have some tools. Airstream provides the tool to lower and raise your stabilizer jacks. And then this tool is how you bring your awning down on the outside. And each bay door has a light, as well as you can turn the light on and off. You also have a backup camera that comes with your trailer. There's a monitor. You'd plug that into your cigarette lighter, and that would provide, it would stay on, and you'd see the entire back of your trailer. It also has sound for the driver, so you can hear if someone's back here or if they're giving you instructions. You just cannot communicate with them. All right, as we move around to the passenger side, you have a storage container for your sewer hose that would go in here. You have a 110 outlet here for outside electricity. Then you have your Airstream screen door. Airstream recommends, if you're going to close your door, that you attach the screen door to it and then close the door. And they do that because the only plastic really on the screen door and the door are here and here, and you don't want to be slamming it every time. It just will make it easier so things won't break. And then on your Airstream door, you do have an actual door lock here, and then you have a deadbolt lock and the door handle. Airstream recommends too that when you lock your trailer, especially when traveling, you should have it locked. Some people talk about getting locked out of their Airstream. As long as you are using your key to lock and unlock the doors, you'll never get locked out. One way some people could get locked out is if you assume someone or yourself has the keys, you turn this knob here, now you've locked the door, and you were to close and lock it. If you didn't have the keys with you, obviously you would be locked out. And then another recommendation we like to add at We Are Airstream is some people paint this red. This is your deadbolt lock, because if you close the door, that will damage the lock. Some people paint this red with red fingernail polish or red paint. That way, if it was to get accidentally pulled out, grandkids, small children, friends that don't travel with you normally, if they were to pull that out, you would see it if it's red, so save you some heartache. And then you have your Airstream step here. On this particular model, all you do, it's very simple, is you just lift it up and it just locks into place, and that's it. And then just pull it down to release it. Then you have your manual awning, and you have a lock up here and a lock on the other side. That's how you would lock and unlock the awning. They give you a pull cord, you pull the awning out, you lock it in. We have a video specifically for these types of awnings, the manual awnings, and you can always link to that and see how to operate that. We'll go inside now and talk about some of the features inside the World Traveler. This particular trailer is outfitted with the optional inside refrigerator. So you can put beverages, other items, keep them cold. You can set the temperatures here. And then as you come around the inside door, you have a JBL sound system now that you can Bluetooth with your speakers, and you can control that here. That's a furnace vent. The black little vents are furnace vents. All right. Then as we come inside, you have your dinette area here. This also makes into a lounge or another bed. So this would just lift up. You bring the arm up. This folds down, and then these cushions move into a lounge area. You have more storage up in here. You have some little map lights. As we move inside the kitchen area, you have a 2-burner stove. If you have your propane on, you would just turn this over, light it up to the flame, and then your igniter is right here. You have a solar monitor here. If we were outside, it would be telling you what you're drawing on solar. And then you have your control center here. This runs your batteries, tells you if your batteries are fully charged. You have a fresh tank, tells you what water's in the fresh tank, and it goes by percents. Then you have gray and black, and again, percents. And then you have a water pump here, water pump button. Obviously, you have your sink, your pull cord here. You have a 12-volt all-electric refrigerator. Very efficient. They use very little electricity. You can travel and drive down the road with this on. And then you have a controller down below setting for the desired temperature. And then you also have a little freezer inside here. More cabinets here. Then you have the bathroom. Inside the bathroom, you have your porcelain toilet with the pump. So you would fill up the bowl by pushing this down to the desired amount of water you want inside. You have a light. You have a medicine cabinet in here. Nice little window. And then obviously a little shower. And your light switch here. You come through the hallway. You have more storage cabinet, linen closet. You have a microwave oven here. And then you have a smart TV. It does swivel, so if you pull this down, it comes away from the wall and you can swivel that however you want. You want to lock that in when you're traveling. You have your smoke detector. You have a manual fan. You do have to manually raise and lower it. You have two of these, one in the bedroom area, one in the living room area. You definitely don't want to travel with that down. And then you just have the ease of turning it on and off with the button here. And you have different settings. You can, and it sucks the air in the coach out. Or you can dial it all the way down if you wanted. And then what's really unique on the World Traveler is you have an extra large bed, but it's nice because you can actually lift each side up and it has storage. And so you just lift the bed up and you have all this storage under here with little cubbies and stuff in. And then on this side, same thing. You have a little strap. You just lift it up and more storage under there. And then again, you have the new style windows that come with the World Traveler, several locks, and they just push out and push in. Very nice. And as we move through here, all of the light switches are controlled with, some have dimmers, you hold them, and then your traditional light switch. And that concludes the walkthrough on the 2026 World Traveler.